Patrick, we're wrapping up another productive Phenotype February. For the second year in a row, we've divided our community calls up this month into a section of listening to work groups talk about both their purpose and their kind of mission for 2024, and then sessions on Phenotype February updates. So I thought this would be a great time to kind of look at both. Let's start with work groups and the whole idea between about setting OKRs for the upcoming year. Can you just talk about that and then just what you heard on our community calls?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so. Each year we've tried to establish objectives and key results, which kind of provide us a direction of what we're trying to accomplish as a community and within our work groups, and specifically tangible key results we can expect to see on a quarterly basis. And it was really great this month to be able to see all of our work group leads showcase the work that they intend to accomplish in 2024 and to lay out some specific results that we should expect to see coming out over the work. I think it's important for everyone who's interested in the Odyssey community to be able to hear about what's going on across so many different work groups that we have. But it's also a great chance for those that are new to the community or those who are looking for their place to be able to hear about the opportunities where they can contribute. And so being able to listen to these short summaries from all of our work groups really lays out a nice picture of the diversity that exists across our Odyssey community and provides a very clear understanding of how people can get engaged and can make meaningful contributions to advance Odyssey's mission.
I thought that one thing that was exciting about the work group presentations was the way that they are starting to really interconnect. That, this work group is looking to work with this work group, and they're inviting, another work group into. I mean, it definitely feels like they're coming together and they're collaborating more.
Absolutely. And I think what I'm proud to see happening is that the community is not just a bunch of individual silos that are maybe looking at each other, but we're really looking for meaningful collaborations. And now as we're seeing maturity in many of the different work groups, we're seeing how they're trying to build on each other to try to advance the more broader mission. I still think there's a lot more work to be done in that space and a lot more opportunities for collaboration. And indeed, with our steering work group, our goal is to try to really help enable the community together to find those collaboration opportunities. And I think that 2024 will be another productive year to get there.
Then, of course, Phenotype February. I think last month we talked about, the importance of phenotypes in science. But can you just talk about what you heard, the work that was done this year, and what you heard, and the value now that what has happened over the last 29 days can bring to Odyssey?
Yeah, I appreciate that Aza and Anna and Asya and Jamie Weaver and Gautam and Joel have put so much effort into creating this community effort that's been going February wide. With the decision this year from the Phenotype Work Group was to really focus on creating community collaborations in 4 different disease areas, with the idea that we took a real critical look at the current state of scholarship by extracting out literature that contained phenotype algorithms for 4 different diseases. And then we went through the process of replicating those using Odyssey tools and to try to evaluate what the differences are. I think the key lessons that we've gained from this is that we see still, with focusing on current literature, we see tremendous diversity in terms of how people are developing phenotype algorithms, in terms of codes, temporal logic, even just the way in which a phenotype is described in a publication widely varies across the literature. And I think until we can really harden the science of phenotyping, this puts us at a really critical disadvantage for real-world evidence to be trustworthy. What I also liked about this month was that we saw particular emphasis in bringing in the clinical community to think about these phenotypes from the end-to-end perspective about, in fact, our last week with pulmonary arterial hypertension, thinking about what are the real questions in PH, really critically examining what the work's been done and thinking about those opportunities for building off of these phenotypes to support evidence generation moving forward.
Speaking of moving forward, we were able to announce 2 symposium dates or registration openings this past month. The Europe Symposium will be June 1st to 3rd. That registration is now open. The Collaborator Showcase deadline for Europe is mid-March, March 15th. So all the information is on the Europe website. And then the Global Symposium will be held October 22nd to 24th. More information is in this newsletter. Registration is not yet open for that. but could be open by the end of March. So please do check that out. It's exciting to see the number of community activities we've already had in 2024, but certainly exciting to think about what is to come. Thanks for joining, Patrick.
Thanks, Greg. Science!